Hello and welcome to This Is. You know what time it is? It's time for iPhone 16, baby.
Is it iPhone o'clock already? Did Timmy Cook give you a call this morning and drop those spicy deets in your Instagram DMs?
You know what he said? It's going to be slightly better than last year.
The best iPhone of all time is coming?
It's going to be the most advanced iPhone. As we go through the seasons, we tend to get some juicy nuggets.
Okay, wait, no, hold on. Now, can we use a different phrase than that?
No, I like the phrases I use.
iPhone fruit gushers.
Look at all these details exploding
And your head turns into an apple. Wouldn't it be great if Timmy Cook just got up on stage and he said, this year we're changing it up. The iPhone is going to be worse.
This is the second best iPhone we've ever made.
It might blow up. We're feeling the Note 7.
There are, as always, a cornucopia of wonderful leaks, rumors, demo models floating around. So your boys, Austin and Matt, are going to break it down for you. We're going to give you everything you need to know about whether or not you need to write a money order to Timothy D. Cook in the month of September for $1,700 for your shiny new device.
What's the D stand for?
Donald Cook.
Donald, you're right. Cook.
You were shitting me right now. I completely made that up. It's not actually... I swear I did not know that. I just came up with a completely random name.
You just osmosed his name into your brain. Let's talk about the iPhone.
We got a bunch of stuff to talk about here. So first and foremost is the size. So the iPhone 16 is gonna be bigger.
I don't like that. I miss the mini. I was a mini boy. I liked looking like Andre the Giant holding a beer can with the mini phone.
I mean, you know that I was and remain to be a huge fan of the iPhone mini, but we were in the minority because like 1% of people bought the mini and everyone wants a giant phone. Well, this year, we're gonna go even bigger, 0.2 inches bigger.
I've been told anything more than 5 is too much.
We're gonna see that as well as theoretically on the iPhone Pro, but certainly the Pro Max is going to get a substantial bump. We've got some photos of some demo models. It's the same thing except bigger. Now, but apparently it will be even larger. I don't like it. It's too
I don't
much.
either.
Why is there alcohol in this set? What?
This is an airline-sized bottle of Fireball. You see, like, I do not have big hands.
Is that the way you... Okay, no, that's... On top of the fact that the iPhone is going to be even larger, it is going to have the most advanced screen on any iPhone ever, with a brightness of over 1,000 nits, supposedly up to 1,200 nits, which is 20% more. Gonna sear your retinas with even more brightness than before. That is a cool feature, I will give them, that it's gonna be brighter, but it's not like, we're obviously to the point where iPhone updates are iterative. There's nothing wrong with that. Pretty much all updates are iterative.
Oh, yeah, like every phone has been like this. Like, I don't want to single out iPhone. I don't want to single out Samsung. We talked about this in a couple of videos now. The phone is pretty much borderline perfect magic at this point, and everything that they can announce for it is slightly better.
There's nothing wrong with that, to be fair, but like every year Apple are sitting down and go, okay, what are we gonna do to make the iPhone better? The low-hanging fruit is to make it bigger. The low-hanging fruit, a little bit brighter, a little bit faster. Like, these are all the kind of things that you just expect every year. Supposedly, the battery is going to be denser. Now, I say the word dense very carefully, not only because that's what I describe myself as. The size of the battery may actually be the same or if not smaller, but the physical dimensions of the battery might be a little bit smaller as well. So they can either give you a bigger battery in the same capacity, or what they'll probably do is actually shrink the battery and give you the same battery life and make room for a Taptic Engine 4 that automatically plays Tap Tap Revenge every time you unlock the phone or something. I don't know.
I mean, Tap Tap Revenge seems like an Android phone would do, not an iPhone.
I haven't played that since like 2009.
Exactly. Why would it be on iPhone then?
I didn't think it ever came to Android, did it?
I don't know.
I'm
trying to move on here.
No, I'm not ready to move on. There's a reason for this.
Okay.
There's a reason for this. Come a little closer to your phone screens. Turn the volume up just a little bit on your headphones. We have our friends over in the beautiful European Union to thank for this, because theoretically, you have to make your batteries more easily upgradable.
Yeah.
So what they'll be doing with this phone, hypothetically speaking, is changing the design, using more stainless steel, and making it easier for you to access the battery. Part of this is to improve that repairability, which I think we can all agree, that's a good thing. So with the iPhone 15 Pro line, it is significantly easier for them to replace the back glass, to actually get to the battery. So like, they've already done some stuff to make it easier. Now, obviously you always have to balance waterproofing.
Yeah. Because like, remember when the 15 came out and Zach cracked the phone, and everyone's like, man, this iPhone is gonna be the most fragile iPhone that's ever been. It just turns out Zach is really strong, which I don't think anyone was guessing. Like,
did you see that photo that The Rock posted where he's like hanging out with some Chinese basketball player? He's like, yeah, I'm 6'5", and like the basketball player he's with, his head is like off the frame. He makes it look like a toddler. That's Zach every time I hang out with him.
yeah,
It's like,
he's
oh, hi Zach.
just the absolute
going
most
there?
massive of a man. The thing with the
Go ahead. No, Matt. We're all here for you. Let it out.
the more we do these videos, the harder it is to talk about some of this stuff.
Okay.
Because we all know the reason is money.
Money.
And like that's just becoming a more common theme with how good the phone is.
Yep.
I don't want the phone any brighter. Like a brighter screen just means less battery life.
No, it doesn't. It just means that you can read your phone better when you're outside on a sunny
it
day.
doesn't. Like,
And you're
like,
watching This Is videos and subscribing to the This Is channel in pure daylight, which I'm sure you're doing right now, Jimothy.
the screen we have now is perfectly readable in the sunlight.
It actually is.
Coupled with a denser battery, stuff like that, we could just get a little bit more battery life out of it. Kind of when we were talking about like the iPad. You know,
No, I disagree. Because if you want more battery life, just turn your brightness down. Like you have the capability of that. But sometimes
why- like,
I
no,
want
like-
to go to 1200 nits,
I don't
baby.
want to do that. I want to have it at max brightness all the time.
But then just set your thing a little lower.
Get
You're
the-
trying to nerf my screen so that you can be happier? Matt, that's not the way America works. You can't take away my freedom, so you have a little bit of extra freedom.
Yeah, that's exactly how America works. Having a more repairable phone is
Great.
good for everyone.
Great. Two thumbs up.
It's not going to really be good for anyone because the repairability, like, it's still going to cost $10 billion to
it
repair the
depends.
phone. Remember that time you did a video about, like, hey, we allowed you to rent this stuff out and repair it yourself for cheaper, and it ended up being like $7 cheaper?
No. I agree with that. They've actually improved that program a little bit, and the newer phones are legitimately easier to open up. So I actually will give them, like, still a long way to go. I'm not going to say free pass,
Yeah.
but, like, progress is progress.
I'm going to talk about something that annoys me that you talk about all the time, and that's AI. Like, this is where I think that battery life and size is more important than ever. As everything is pushing more and more and more for AI, and especially more and more on device AI.
Yes.
Like your processor is going to be churning through stuff way more. The MPUs don't necessarily use a ton of power, but when it's going all the time,
It is a little bit of a draw, yeah. So
if we're having the same level of battery life right now with a denser battery, like I think it's gonna get worse. I think
it could.
Like,
I will say two things about that. One is that the denser battery, we're just hypothetically speaking, like for the new iPad Pro, for example, it was a thinner device. They didn't, use the extra space to put a bigger battery or something in there. So obviously I don't know how Apple's gonna do it. It is very, very power efficient. It's likely not gonna be running all the time. And realistically, when your phone's asleep or whatever, it's probably not gonna be doing anything. So like, I do agree that like it might be a little bit of a power drop, but knowing Apple, it's probably not gonna be too bad. It's not like they're gonna let it crank it 100% every time you're doing anything. Like
battery's been like the #1 issue with the last couple phones. Do you look at the 14? Everyone's battery degraded like crazy.
That's a good point. My wife's phone, she has a 14 Pro Max. Her battery, to be fair, it's not that bad, but she's like 87%. After
I think you don't realize as much just because like you get one every year.
Oh, also,
But,
I
like,
use a Z Flip at the same time. I'm also a careful charger. I never let my phone hit 100% if I can avoid it.
No, I'm not. Like I put it on at night. Like, and there are things built in that protects it, but like
I only turn off the 80% charge limit on my phone.
Are you trying to
when I'm traveling.
nerf my phones for your?
No, I just turn on. There's a button. You just hit it and say don't charge
then
all the way.
I don't have 20% of my battery life.
I don't need it.
But you don't need it because you use 2 different phones.
True.
Imagine a world where someone only had 1 phone in their pocket. Try and think about that for a second, because I don't think you'd think about that.
How do you
enough.
contact people from your non-main phone number when you need to do illicit activities?
Do you have like an ascot made out of like $100 bills or something like that? Like I don't know. Like
Well, I mean,
like-
how else am I supposed to call my driving shoes guy to drop
Exactly.
stuff off? I mean, can't use that on my main phone number.
for the like I've been a proponent of like batteries have been pretty good for the past few years.
They have actually.
Like,
been.
but like
they've been really good.
I know for a lot of people, like, no, the battery sucks. I got to charge it, a couple times. Like, this is the time. We have officially, I think, hit the diminishing return.
Or, as the cool kids say, we've entered the thin era. Get it? Because everything's got to be an era now.
No.
Actually, I do agree with that.
That
yeah.
adding an extra 2-3 millimeters to something.
Okay, now hold on.
I want 3 millimeters. I want that thick with 3 C's phone
Too many millimeters.
that has just more battery life to it.
Phones are lasting longer and longer, right? We've got not only Apple, we got like Samsung and Google promising, 5, 6, 7 years. And you
Yeah.
expect that as the battery degrades, you still want that phone to be usable 5 or 6 years from now.
But like a
everyone's doing
battery's
that.
not sexy. this thing can sear your eyeballs. That's sexy.
Wait, can we just pause on that one?
I think don't kink shame me. Like,
Well, hold on, Matt. Before you get too on your high horse,
I'm not
about
on a high
phones
horse.
Being
I'm on a little donkey. He's like,
poor donkey, man. What do you get off of? We have some other stuff that is coming besides just the battery and whatnot.
Yeah.
There's going to be a capture button. I feel like you like this. If you have like a US iPhone, there's like the millimeter wave antenna that's on like that top right corner. Theoretically, there will be a capture button there.
Don't care.
It will actually be pressure sensitive, so you can like half press to focus on the whole thing, or maybe even do like some gestures on it.
don't care.
Cool.
Guess how many times I've used the action
button.
button? Guess how many times?
0.
Twice.
I actually use it a lot. I have it paired to my to-do list. So basically, I pull up my to-do list, be doing whatever. I just hold the action button. and I have a shortcut.
I tried using it for something. I'm like, this is dumb. I put it back to silent mode.
Every time I need to remember to write something down.
You pull it out. Honestly, I'm not going to say that the action button's like revolutionary. I use the action button probably 20 times a day.
You're the only one.
I don't know, man. I feel like people have some pretty cool stuff. But like with the capture button.
Every one of those people is also tweeting about crypto and AI. Yeah.
Are you trying to shame me
Yes.
for using a customizable button on my
Yes.
device?
Because you're just trying to justify something that doesn't need justification.
You know what needs justification, Matt?
I was waiting for you to give me something. Here's what people actually want.
To not have to buy a new phone every year.
I was
Ding, ding,
gonna
ding,
make a crude joke, but then
How could you make a crude joke on this? As you know, we're a certified family-friendly channel.
I was gonna say they want to. No, never mind. They want all the stuff that like, has been promised the past few years that just didn't come to like car keys in regular ass cars and not just two BMW models.
Yeah, that feels like it's gonna take a while.
I think that's sexier than 200 nits of brightness. They want IR blasters back. They want headphone jacks back.
No, that's
They want fingerprint sensors back.
everyone has a fingerprint sensor besides
Apple.
iPhone. Yeah, everyone
Yeah.
has it. Well, to be fair, they could turn that capture button into the Touch ID. Wouldn't that be smart?
Yes,
If you literally
it would, but like that. Do that because like.
hey, Apple, do that.
But like,
Timothy Donald Cook.
we talked about this because like they still have the dynamic island, which I don't actually hate the dynamic island. I think it's
I
fine.
actually like it.
They're not going to get rid of that anytime soon because that is a marketable silhouette. You have that icon. People know that's an iPhone and not something else. You know, by going to like a Touch ID instead of Face ID, they could actually have like a full screen like they will want to. They don't put them in like the phones because it's hard to market those things. Because like each of those is like kind of niche. Oh, does anyone really need an IR blaster? Does anyone really need
No one needs
this?
anything, but
Right.
we like things.
But like,
Well, you know what I need, Matt?
everyone needs a bigger battery.
No,
I want
that's
a
incorrect.
3-day battery
No,
life.
that's
I want
completely-
a 4-day battery life.
Completely
I want,
incorrect.
You know
No.
what I want? I want to give me the technology. I'm only being half facetious with this. Figure out a way to get a little nuclear fission in my.
You know that's a thing, right?
I know.
Like there are researchers who are currently trying
Yes.
to make a very like small but like stable little like nuclear reactor that actually will serve as like
called
a battery.
Fallout.
Well, you know what? Kind of.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not joking about.
Look,
this
a few
stuff.
rads never hurt anybody. Matt, you know what everyone's really wanting? It's really clear.
He's
Everyone
gonna
wants
say goddamn Z
the
Flip.
iPhone to be flippable, my boys. The rumors have been crystal clear here. Any minute now, Timothy Donald Cook's gonna walk out on stage and say, one more thing. Today we're announcing the iPhone Flip. Boy. So the current rumor is that the Samsung screens that we currently have on Z Flips, the next generation of that will go into the iPhone. So we're already right now, there's talk that the generation that we're probably gonna even see this year for the Samsung folding screens will actually be significantly thicker. So this quote from Android Authority says it goes from 30 to 50 microns, so almost doubling of thickness, and they'll maybe even take another step for the next generation, which is gonna help with a lot of things, with durability, but also probably for like the crease and like sort of the like little bit of wrinkling that you may eventually see on it. It totally makes sense that Apple would use Samsung. Take this phone, slap an Apple logo on it, iPhone Flip. I rest my case. iPhone sales are in the toilet, okay? Apple is on the brink of bankruptcy. They're only making hundreds of billions of dollars in profit a year. And those numbers, those are rookie numbers, okay? They gotta juice the iPhone. They gotta provide some value to the shareholders. Like, you can't be out here only selling $100 million, $1,000 phones a year. Get out of here. They've got to inject some life into the iPhone. And the Vision Pro has been a massive failure. They had to cancel the car. What else are they gonna do? Take the iPhone, make it fold in half, charge everyone $1,500, Instant profit. Timmy Cook, I know you're watching. I know you're a subscriber to the This Is Premium channel. You know, just as well as I do, that the second that you release that folding iPhone, I will buy a few of them.
Because he keeps breaking the one he has.
Not true. I've never.
You've had.
I've never broken a phone in my life.
Phones. You've had 8 Z Flips. I pulled the screen protector off, and now suddenly it's scratched.
It's user error. I trust that Timothy Donald Cook, I'm just gonna call you Donald from now on, has all the engineering resources that he has at his disposal to make sure the iPhone is beautifully thin, has an aluminum build or stainless steel perhaps.
Titanium, ceramic.
Probably, actually, you know what? Titanium. That's
Titanium. Why? They're not gonna go back.
Yeah, and it's gonna be lovely and wonderful, and we're all gonna have folding phones next year. So you know what? Don't buy an iPhone 16. iPhone 16s are for losers. Buy an iPhone 17 Flip, available next year at Apple's fine retail locations for $14.99.99.
It's not going to be called the iPhone. It's going to be the iPhone 8 II. iPhone 8 2.
Wait, 8?
16.
Oh, that's nefarious.
I'm a marketing genius. Let us know about folding phones and how dumb you think Austin
That
is.
would actually be the iPhone 64.
Wow, Matt, you don't even know your
It
own
was
math.
iPhone times 2.
No.
Whatever.
Like, subscribe. Stay tuned for Matt's rant corner about the iPhone being boring, even though it'll be revolutionary and folding in half.
I'll
and
get
we all
one
know that's magic.
because they work
You would
really
get
well.
one.
I
Look
will.
at that. We got it on record.
I'm an eye sheep. What do you want from me? I'm just saying the things that they're gonna like. All the rumors of what they're bringing in is things I don't care about. I want.
What do you care about, Matt? You want to play WoW on your iPhone?
Oh, yeah. Donnie Cook. Come on.
Donald.
Donnie.
This is his full name.
Don
Donald.
Cook.
Don
Don Cook. Don Cook.
Oh, Don Cook.
Hit me up.